Okay, all right. So today we are going to, first of all, I just want to warm up a little bit, okay, before we start a real debate. So I want you guys to look at this picture and tell me what is the difference between these two pictures. Hui, what do you think?
The difference between these two?
Yes.
Well, this is easy.
Of course it's easy.
Okay.
Yes. So are you going to tell the difference to us, Z?
Of course. Well, we can see there are bars.
Okay.
Steel bars, and
Okay.
there is of course a banner, yeah, with
Right.
the
It
zoo,
says, right.
ZOO
That's right.
on it. So we can assume that this is a zoo.
We can assume that.
But it's not at all logical. So this is not logical, but
What
I
is
will
not
discuss it
logical?
later. And of course, in the second one, we can see there mean owl there, and there are lots of wild animals
Okay.
flying, hopping, and sometimes
Right.
eating. Yeah.
So the second one is a national park, and the first one is a zoo.
Well, the second one maybe wild forest.
Yeah,
But,
it can be a wildlife reserve. It can be a national park.
yeah, but
Whatever it is.
I think it is a wild a center to a rehabilitational center, because there are lots of animals that don't come from the same region there. Yeah.
Okay, that is looking a bit too deep into this. I think we just need to know for now that one is a place where animals are able to be themselves, and one is a place where animals are used as show animals, right? So,
Yeah.
okay, now Z, I think the perfect task for you would be to prove that zoos are better than national parks.
What?
Yeah, I know it is a bit difficult, but I think you are smart.
I can do it, but that is a little, but well, to say I have estimated it, and I cannot win it uh, against lots of people.
Of course it's like if you put yourself down like that in the beginning, it's going to be hard anyway.
Yeah,
Right?
but
So don't
I
think
think
like
that I
that.
will.
A good debater is somebody who can pick any point, even if the point is against that your personal reasoning, it's against your personal thoughts about that particular idea. If you're still able to win the debate, that is a sign of a good debater, right? This one
Okay.
time I had a debate where it was a debate about like if students should be segregated according to their mental levels in school or not, right? Should they have
Should
like,
be. Should be.
yes, right. So this was the debate, and I was asked to support the fact that students should be segregated according to their mental levels. And of course, for me, it was something that I did not support, right?
Yeah.
So it was very hard for me to come up with reasons for that topic. But I did it. I mean, of course, because it's a debate, right? You have to deal with whatever
Yeah.
situation you have. So, all right, Z, you are going to go for zoos, and Hui and Vin Hui, you guys are going to go. You guys are going to go for the national parks. Okay. So let's write down. So for the first class, I don't want it to be very competitive, okay? I just want to hear your thinking. I just want to hear your brains work, okay?
Okay.
So I'm going to write down on the board. Let's create a flow chart, not a flow chart. Let's create a representation of our ideas on the board. Here we go. So who is going? So the topic is, what's the topic? National parks are the most ethical. Well, that will just make it a little bit more difficult. Let me go for something easier. National parks are better than zoos. That's it. Okay, that is our topic. Now, Hui and Tui, you are going for the topic, right? So, Hui, give me one reason why national parks are better than zoos.
I think it's the better than zoo is more. It is very large than zoos. So the animals can. I can't think this word.
Animals can be free. Is that what you're trying
Yes,
to say?
that.
Okay, so they're larger than zoos. Animals are not caged. Right? Do you know what the meaning of caged is? Caged, they can be free. I'm just making notes, so these are not the exact sentences that I want you to use in your speech. All right, number 2, Tui, give me a reason why national parks are better than zoos.
Yes, the zoo is the place that animal can only showing themselves and earn the money for the manager. And it is too small for the animal to live. That they can fight for the food and the place they have. And
Right. So, but Hui already mentioned that point. You have to give me a new point. I liked where you were going when you said that it's for human beings to make money, right?
yes.
Right. So we can say that zoos zoos basically, let's say, exploit animals for money, right? Exploit. There we go. Third reason, Hui. Next reason. Do we have, how many people do we have here? We also have one more person, right?
Actually, never mind because it just is staff.
I don't understand.
Yeah, it's our staff, so you don't have to care about them. We only have a for students.
We have 3 students.
Oh, we have 4 students.
We have 4 students. I did not mention.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
We did not in what is your name? Tran Hu Man?
Yeah.
Yes. Did you introduce yourself?
Not yet.
You haven't. Okay, let's pause. Let's pause. Please introduce yourself. I'm so sorry I missed you before.
I'm Mang. I'm 13 years old, and now I am learning in Leventham Secondary School in Harding City.
All right. And what about 3 statements from you?
3 statements of me.
Yeah, 2 truths.
First one is
mm-hmm.
I enjoy watching movie on Netflix.
Okay, of course you do.
I can skating.
You can skate?
I like eating raw and fresh food.
You like eating? Oh my God, this is hard. I think the first one is a lie.
No, the answer is the third one.
Raw and fresh food. So, what kind of raw? I don't think that you would like to eat a beef raw. It would be like cannibalistic. That is not at all fun.
It is not cannibalistic, Z. Being a cannibal means eating humans. As long as you're not eating humans, you're fine.
Well,
I'm a vegetarian. I don't eat animals either. But
oh yeah, good.
But the definition of cannibalism is different. Anyway, so your third statement was incorrect?
Yeah.
What was the third one? Oh, I have such.
I like eating raw and fresh food.
Right. Okay, I should have guessed that.
Like salmon.
Like salmon, right. Okay, salmon. Do you also eat vegetables?
Vegetable?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So how am I going to say your name? How do I pronounce your name?
I have a English name.
That would be perfect. That would be so easy for me.
Yeah.
What is your English name?
It's Jack.
Zach? Jack or
yeah.
Zach? Jack. Okay. All right. So Jack and Z, you guys are in one team, and Hui and Tui are in one team. So we were okay. Let's get back to the 4 arguments. Hui, tell me the next argument that you have for the topic.
Okay. Because it I think it will live with family and have a better life.
I don't understand. A better life? How do you say a better life? What do you mean by a better life?
If no, they live in oh, I can't say.
All right, so you all right, Tui, do you want to try to give me another point? Tui, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, give me another point why zoos are better. Come on, this is easy. You guys should come up with a bunch of points. This is like it's an easy motion to go forward to this topic.
Me?
They can live with its family.
Okay, all right. So the animals can live naturally with their families, right?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. 4th point, Tui, do you have another point?
Yes.
Okay, go.
Like if when they bring the animal from their ecosystem, they can ruin the ecosystem in that place and reduce the amount of that species.
The amount of what?
Species. That
Okay.
species.
Okay, so you're saying that zoos can endanger animals.
No, I just mean that they ruin the ecosystem.
Okay, so zoos can ruin the ecosystem. So, okay, I agree with this point. I mean, it's a strong point, but I think you have to do some more research to support this point, okay? All right, one more reason, 5, the 5th reason. Give me one more reason, guys.
Me.
No, Jack and Z, you are in the opposite team. You have to say why zoos are better than national parks.
Okay.
Okay.
That is hard.
I know, of course it's hard, but I think you can do it.
Well,
Okay.
if I'm debating against you, I wouldn't choose this kind of view. It's
Well, life is not
It's
about
too
just
difficult.
your choices, you know. Sometimes you have to deal with whatever you have.
well, I can do it, but it's maybe a little. It
Okay.
will vary.
That's no problem.
I have some reason to prove to make you
but
are better than national park, but it's for humans, not for animals.
It's fine. It's fine. You can see that. I mean, whatever reason you can think of, you know, you just have to eventually try to think of a way to connect it, right?
Okay.
You have to, because it's like, of course, they're going to say a lot of things that you will agree with, right? Because nobody wants to, well, nobody who is sane and educated would support zoos, right?
Yeah.
But it's like you have to find faults in their assumptions, okay?
Yeah.
What are they assuming, right? What are they assuming? We're going to learn all of that, okay? I'm going to teach you all of that, but for today's class, it's just getting to know each other and trying to understand how to start thinking about a debate, right?
Okay.
That's why this is your challenge, to try to think of a topic that you don't support by yourself. All right, so what is the next point? Number 5, Hui and Tui. Next point, guys. I have so many points in my head.
Think. Brainstorming.
Okay, I can give you a hint. Think about how the animals are fed in a zoo. Do you think it is natural for lions to be fed in a cage? What is more natural for animals? What is better for them?
Not fair. It's not fair at all. Why don't you help them?
I think you're very competitive, Z. Is that true?
Not really competitive, but
It's good to be competitive.
no,
I am
it's
very
not like
competitive.
no, not like that. It's sometimes I can be competitive if I like, but sometimes I can see that I cannot compete against somebody, and then I just try my best.
Yeah, that's what you should do. That's right. Okay, so next point, guys. Hui, do you have any ideas? Tui, do you have any ideas?
Yes. When they are in the zoo, the people can make the animal lose their natural habit.
Habitat?
No, habit that
Habits.
yeah.
Okay. All right, I don't understand what you're saying though. Can you elaborate, please?
They can make the animal lose their natural habit.
Okay, okay. Well, so that point that you're saying, you can include it in point 3, okay? So natural habits, a better word for that in English is inherent nature, okay? Whatever is inherent in you is something that you have naturally from birth, okay?
Oh.
So for example, humans are inherently kind. Not all humans, but most of us don't want to kill other people, right? So we are kind. So humans are inherently kind. All right, so think of a new idea, because a lot of times you think of new ideas and you can actually connect it with some of the old ideas that you had, right? It's good because you have more for support, but think of some other ideas. All right, so in this inherent nature, you guys can also talk about how, as I was saying before, for big animals, big cats that like to prey, it's a terrible thing to just, you know, feed them in a cage, when what they can really do is go out and actually look for their own prey, you know, which is much more, I would say, ethical than caging them up, right? So you can include that in your answer. Maybe give me one last one and then we'll move forward to the next group. One last reason.
Can I say?
Yeah, of course you can say.
In zoo, somebody can hurt animals, so them don't like.
So animals can be hurt in the zoo.
Yeah.
Okay, why do you think so? You have to give more reasons. How can animals be hurt?
Somebody can throw the rock to animals, so they can be hurt.
Somebody can what? Sorry?
Can throw the rock.
Throw rocks at people. Okay. All right, so maybe you can say that in your answer. Animals can be hurt in a zoo. All right, guys. Z and Jack, are you ready for your points?
Yes.
Wait.
I have 2 points already.
Who has 2 points? Jack, do you have 2 points?
Yeah.
Okay, give me your points.
Zoos helps children learn more about the outside world and know about many species of animal in aquarium and zoo.
Okay, so educational, zoos are educational, right?
Yeah,
okay.
a little
I'm
bit.
just going to write down the short version of it, okay? And
Yeah.
of course, in your speeches, you're going to elaborate it with as many points as you can.
No.
Yeah.
All right. The next one. Jack?
Yeah. And you have making choices in entertainment of humans have more.
I don't understand. Can you rephrase that in new words?
Yeah, I think it means
Have more choice
Wait, hold
in
on, hold on,
entertainment.
Add more choice to entertainment. Okay.
Yeah.
Add more choices, options for entertainment. Okay. All right. So Z, give me your points now.
okay. So I think that a zoo is much more accessible in the city than national parks.
Accessible in the city and national parks. Okay.
Okay.
What else?
And also famous zoos
Mm-hmm.
won't treat animals that bad.
Okay, that bad. You don't want to say that bad. You want to say they don't treat them bad.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
Because if you say that bad, the opposite team can be like, oh, but you agree that they do treat the animals bad, right?
Oh yeah. Well.
So famous, not famous, I would say ethical zoos.
Ethical.
Famous has nothing to do with them treating the animals well. Ethical zoos don't treat the animals badly.
Don't treat the animals.
Treat the animals. Okay, next point.
Brainstorming. Wait a minute. Okay.
One more point.
One more point. Okay.
Yeah. Jack or Z, it's your team. Jack, do you have any other points?
No, it's too difficult.
Well,
Okay.
That is hard.
Think.
So, yeah, I'm brainstorming in a different kind of way. So wait me.
Okay, I'm waiting.
Um.
I wish I could help you. I
Yeah.
really can't.
Yeah, I know that kind of. I know that kind of voice. So wait. So that is
All right. One more reason why zoos are better. Come on, guys, you can do it.
okay. Give me 2 minutes.
Jack, can you think of something?
Nearly.
Nearly. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I have one.
Okay.
Zoos make jobs for local people.
That is a very good point. Very, very good point. Zoos help create employment, right?
Yeah.
Very smart. I think that's your strongest point. Okay. All right. So 5 points each. Now, guys, look at the other team's points. Okay. Look at the other team's points and think of. So how many people do we have here? 2 people in a team, right?
Yes.
So now so for example, in one team, Jack and Z, and team A, team B is Tui and Hui. One person is going to start with talking about all these points, okay? Talking about all these points. And the other person is going to wait until the first person from the other team talks about all these points, okay? So let me try to explain it in easier words. So the first person to go is going to be team A, participant A, okay? And then team B, participant A will go next. And then the next one is going to be the participant from the opposite teams who is going to create a speech using contradictions. You have to attack what has already been said, okay?
Good.
By the other teams, by the other speaker, okay?
Oh.
Let me write that down on the board. I think it's a bit confusing to think of. Okay, so let's say we have, let's say Tui will go first, okay? Or let's say Hui will go first. Tui will go first and he will address all the points which are for this. So he is going to address all the 4 points, okay? And then let's say Jack will go next and he will address all the against points, okay? And then Tui is going to go next. And Tui, your job is to listen very carefully to Jack's speech, okay? And think of ways in which you can contradict him, okay? So add more points and attack, all right? And then Z, same job, add more points, attack, okay? And something very important about a good debate. Some things that we're going to learn. The last speaker, what we're going to do here, since this is not a national level debate, we are just practicing how to be good debaters. The last person to speak is going to give a very short conclusion of the debate, okay? So I think Z, you can do it, okay? Give a very short conclusion about, you don't have to follow one particular side in your conclusion, okay?
Okay, okay. No.
You just have to end the debate, okay?
Okay, okay.
So you have to add some more points, attack, and end the debate, all right?
Okay.
Okay,
No.
so is this clear to everybody? This is the structure we're following. We have 20 minutes to finish this debate. I really hope we can finish it today in the class, okay? So
Okay.
everybody gets about 2 or 3 minutes to speak, okay?
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to give you 5 minutes to prepare your answer, all of you guys. If you want, you can look on the internet for ways to support your arguments more, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can look
No, no.
at the internet but remember that these arguments are going to stay. You have to find ways to support these arguments, okay? All these reasons. Find ways to support it, find ways to make it stronger. All right, time's up. Hui, are you ready?
I think I'm not ready yet.
Okay, you just have to address all the points, right? Just have to think about all the points that you have for, okay? Don't take it, I don't want you guys to take this is not a competition, right? We're all just practicing how to be a good speaker. So don't worry if you're not ready, just go, okay? Hui? I'm going to start your timer now. You have a maximum of 3 minutes, okay? All right, your time starts now. Hui?
Read the points.
Yes, so basically you just have to address all the 4 points that you have, okay? You just have to talk about all the points. Start with introduction, introduce the topic, and then address all these points, okay? All right, go.
One lecture and rules. Lectures and rules. Animals are not caged. They can be free.
Okay, so try not to read the sentences only. Add some more structure to your speech. Add some more words to your speech. Explain the points.
Explain that.
Mm-hmm.
Please.
All right. So you just have to think about all the points, Hui, okay? Think about all the points that we have written on the board and then explain those points, okay? You just have to explain these points on the board, okay? Try to do that.
Explain is larger than in the zoos. So the animal can be free. Then they
You're running out of time. Mention all the points quickly. So just think about all the, for example, the point is zoos can ruin the ecosystem, right? So think about how it can ruin this ecosystem, right? And then explain that point. Explain that in you know, in forests, animals can be as they want to be. So,
okay.
Yeah.
In the forest, it is large and they can be free. Animal can live naturally with their families. So
all right, your time is up. Who is next? Jack, are you ready?
Yeah, I am ready.
All right, your time starts now. 3 minutes.
I know that you may hurt to animal and bring them some may hurt to animal, but humans tend to worry about themselves first, then worry about the other things. An example of the benefit of the zoo is helping creating employment. It helps unemployed find the job to take care of their life. And not all the zoo treat the animal badly. They just want to add more options for entertainment of humans. Besides, zoo make children know more about the species out there and expand the knowledge.
All right, very good, Jack. Thank you so much. Something I would like to add to what you should do is that you can explain the points in more elaborately, right? You can maybe create some kind of a backstory and then explain it a little bit more. For example, let's see. You can maybe say something like, you know, kids these days are very busy and therefore they don't have a lot of time, or the parents don't have a lot of time to take their kids to national parks, which are always very outside the city. And therefore zoos make it much more accessible for animals to interact with, for kids to interact with animals, right? So what I did here is that I created some backstory, you know, some more information. So it's like, again, don't just read the points that you have. Think about how you can explain them with examples, okay, and stories. All right, one input to you. Another suggestion is that since you're one of the first speakers, introduce yourself and then say that and then tell us which motion you're following. Say that I'm going to be speaking against the topic, okay?
Yeah.
And then begin. All right, thank you so much, Jack. Who is next? Tui, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, go.
In my opinion, I think that zoo is too small for the animal to live in, and the national park is different. It have a lot of space for the animal to live and live together naturally and create a new community of them. They without separating them and control them they can sometimes it can be good for the ecosystem because it can some kind of animal can balance it, like the story in the Yellowstone. They put wolf in the park, so they balance the ecosystem. Yeah.
Very good. Go on. Do you have any other points?
No.
All right. Okay, great. So that's there. Now, Z, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, go.
Okay, so today I'm going to debate against the point that national parks are actually better than zoos. First, zoos have in the wildlife, some animals have difficulties breeding with each other, or as we can say, find matches. So zoos help them find matches and somehow create a breeding program. So it helped endangered species not to extinct. Yeah. The second point is ethical zoos must, if they are ethical zoos, they must join an association called the Association of Zoo and Aquariums, which they must follow really high standards about keeping the animals and treating them equally, like they are in the wildlife. And also, some people, they do not let me say a rich man, he bought a gorilla, an unregistered gorilla, meaning that he buy it from anonymous, he buy it from the deep web. Yeah, and keep that gorilla as a pet, but he don't want it anymore, and he just and he just abandoned him. And zoos will help the gorilla to rehabilitate, and therefore maybe cooperating with the national parks and release the gorilla into the wildlife. And also, all animals kept in zoos must follow on international rules called the Animal Welfare Act. It is international, so you must following those rules. Yeah, that is the end of my speaking. And also the attacking point is obviously well, because Hui hasn't mentioned all the points yet. So
well, if you don't know what all of his points were, you just know this time because it was on the board, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so your conclusion, can you finish the debate?
So national parks are, in some people mind, better than zoos. And in some people mind, they are just as equal, or maybe just as equal as zoos. But I think that people should be treated equally in the wildlife as in any kind of parks or zoos. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Z. All right, so thank you everybody. Good job. Feedbacks now. First of all, Hui, you have to organize yourself more. Think about all the points, and then you should be able to express themselves better, okay? Because you were not able to express your points perfectly. We didn't quite understand what you were trying to say. All right, and Jack, I already give you a feedback? I did, right? I think I already gave you a feedback. Jack? I told you about introducing yourself, and I also said that you should try to create stories and give examples. And Tui, I really appreciate that you included the example of Yellowstone National Park. That's very, very nice. Examples like that are very useful to reinforce your argument, okay? So good job. Although I still think you did not finish 3 minutes, okay? 3 minutes, whatever time you have to speak, it should be relished. You should relish that time, right? Because the more time you have to speak, the more you're able to have the time to convince the other team or to make your points, right? So try to speak for the full 3 minutes and try to come up with as many arguments as you can, okay? And then, all right, Tui, it was also your job to kind of like mention more points and also listen to Jack's speech and mention some of the things from his speech and contradict those things in your speech. Do you know what I'm saying? So you have to try to do that the next time. So let's say the first speaker is introduction for, second introduction against, third contradiction for, fourth contradiction against, okay? So here first was Hui, second was Jack, the third speaker was Tui, and the fourth speaker was Z. So the third speaker has to introduce some points that he thinks are true, along with contradicting some points from the second speaker, okay? And then the fourth speaker's job is to listen to the first and the third speaker, right? And then contradict both of them, while also including more points if you have more points. And also it's your job to conclude it, right? So this is how it is going to flow. We're going to do a lot of discussion in the future. You guys are all, you were great. Everybody was good. It's just that we have to learn a lot of new things, you know, that you have to keep in mind when you're debating. A lot of ways of, you know, coming up with arguments, how to find problems in other people's arguments, you know, and stuff like that. So we're going to learn all that in the future, maybe. Okay, so it was very nice to meet you guys today. I had a lot of fun debating and listening to your speeches. And yeah, I'll see you later then.
Okay.
Have a good night.
Okay. First, can I have a question?
Of course you can.
What is your nationality?
So I am Indian. I was born in India, but I had a chance to live in the US for a long time, and therefore I had a chance to develop my English and my speaking skills.
Well, I can see it. You can pronounce good. Which region of the US you live in?
Do you know Virginia?
Yeah. Oh, Virginia. Oh, the same thing. Well, I have just thought about Virginia. Okay. Southern one. Yeah. Southern.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Any other questions, anybody?
I guess not.
All right. All right. Good night, everybody. See you guys later.
Yeah.
Bye.
Goodbye, teacher.
Thank you for today.
Thank you. Take care. Good night.